We're going to keep it rolling with Rand guitars supposedly played by more famous people. This one, there's no proof of it, but was supposedly once owned by Gunnar Nelson of the band Nelson. I have no way to confirm that, though. This is just a rumor that happened. This one's pretty neat, pretty different paint job from the other Rands I've seen. This one has 2 humbuckers on it instead of the humbucker single coil, and then has 3 mini toggles with a volume control. This one is indeed a production Rand guitar, which means it has the set neck and regular contours on it. Looks like it sports the Tom Anderson pickups, either in H2 or H1, not really sure, but you can see it also has a recessed Floyd. The back control cavity cover is red and usually black. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like that or if someone changed that at some point in time. The logo on this one is different than the other production Rands and pre-production Rands. So the Rand logo, for one, doesn't say the 1988 by Rand Guitar Company. That's gone. It has the regular main part of the Rand logo, but it's highlighted in red. This is the only logo I've seen it where it does this. Here's a picture of a Brazilian guitarist by the name of Wander Taffo. I'm not really sure if that's the way to pronounce it. For all you Brazilian people, please forgive me, but Wander Taffo, not really sure, but he's been playing this Rand guitar since the 87 or 88, and he's pictured a lot with it. He died at some point in time, and I believe his son still has this one. And there's actually a Brazilian company by the name of Stone Guitars that kind of makes replicas of the Rand guitar, though I heard that they're pretty different in a lot of ways. This one is a production Rand. It's got the white base with the blue and black. I've seen another Rand that was similar to this with the same color scheme. I think Rand probably did them 2 Rands at a time with the same color schemes because that's what I've been noticing in a few cases. This is a picture of Wander playing his Rand. I think this is from the 2000s. This is another pre-production or prototype Rand. This one is neck-thru, has a non-recessed Floyd Rose. The inlays are a little different on it, the headstock's different, and the logo's a little different. This is supposedly the one that Vivian Campbell saw and he wanted to use in the videos, but for some reason couldn't, and eventually got a different one. The body shape is also different than even some of the more recent prototype Rands. This one still has more of a regular Strat-shaped body, and the contours aren't as crazy as the production ones. Here's the back of the guitar. The big thing is the control cavity is a little different, and the contours, as you can see, are very different than the production Rands. They're not as detailed and deep. Like I said, more just a regular Strat style shaped. I think the owner of this guitar actually sent me some emails way back in the day, but you can see he owns 2 of them, or still owns 2 of them. The one on the right is the one we're talking about. It says a Rand prototype guitar ordered by my friend, and with the instructions, make it soulless, which is why it was strictly neck-thru, my guess is. It said Vivian Campbell played this guitar before it left the shop and wanted it for his own. Vivian later asked to have the guitar back for the Still the Night video. Vivian ended up playing another Rand instead. Neck-thru, 27 frets. He says a dark-ass rosewood fretboard and mahogany body. Not sure if it's rosewood or Paul Ferro, but the production Rands were Paul Ferro fretboards. Looks like it has a volume and 1 toggle. One thing I noticed is that this guitar had pickups swapped a few times, and this picture has EMGs, whereas prior pictures it had Seymour Duncans. This is the only V-type guitar known to exist of the Rand. This one, as you can see, it has similar paint job. I think this one's more of possibly a prototype version. This might have been built prior than a production Rands. It has a 27 fret fingerboard. I'm not sure if it's rosewood or Paul Ferro. It has a Floyd Rose. Not sure of the pickup. As you can see, the headstock's different, and I don't believe it says Rand on the headstock even. Notice the tuners have the typical rand slant to them and not the 90-degree slant. No fretboard inlay markers at all. Looks like the tuners are Goto. I heard at one point in time, I think that there's something that was wrong with this guitar. They had difficulty working. I'm not sure if it was a tuning or something else, but I remember the guy trying to sell it and mentioning something was wrong with it, but it was still playable. Looks like the control cavity is different and also similar to the other pre-production prototype brands.